Oops.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Monday Motivation Sprints. We are here for our last sprint of September, which is really crazy to think because the month flew by. But we're happy to have you here. Let us know what you're going to be working on tonight. We will be doing 3 30-minute sprints. And I think we have all the co-hosts that are going to be joining. One might come, but I'll let my co-hosts introduce themselves. If you don't know me, my name is Holly. I'm the author of A Diamond Bright and Broken, out April 2nd, 2024, with Inimitable Books down below.
Yay!
Oh, so beautiful. I love it.
I'm like trying to not have my name block it on this.
And I haven't been coming out with too many YouTube videos. And the last one that I came out with that wasn't a live stream was about me getting the book deal. But I do have a vlog out today, so you can check that out, a little bit of a day in the life vlog. But yeah, so I'll let T take the lead.
Hey everybody, I'm Teresa Beasley. I write under the pen name T.A. Beasley, and I write young adult and adult thrillers. And today I'll be working on the rewrites for my YA thriller.
Ooh, fun.
My name is Zara Hoffman. I'm the founder of Inimitable Books, which is dedicated to uplifting marginalized voices without pigeonholing authors into writing about their trauma. Holly is one of the books that I am publishing, and the first one comes out in November 14th, The Legionnaire by Samantha Tronfeld. So basically, if you look up Inimitable Books and pre-order them, also register your pre-order so you can get the gifts. And tonight I'm probably going to be doing a bunch of admin stuff because I didn't sleep well last night, which meant I slept late. Now it's like time to work.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that was me yesterday. I just had like a billion little things to do, and like I pretty much like was just on the go all day, and then I was still like, and I still have more to do.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you can catch up and then get some rest tonight.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, tonight I need to beta read Critique Partner's short story, so I'm going to be doing that. And then I didn't post about my YouTube video on like Instagram, and so do a little bit of social media stuff, and then see where I'm at time wise. But we've got Jess here. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Cool Gamer, hey. And Felicia's here. Hi. Thank you for watching the vlog. Yay. Yeah. And I also wanted to reply to the comments because I keep forgetting to check. I'm like, oh, there's some comments on other videos from a couple days ago. Like I wouldn't have known if I didn't. Yeah. So anyways. And Jesse Inch. Hello. Happy to have you here.
Hello.
Yeah. We've got some familiar and some new faces here.
Yay.
Okay. Well. Oh, and Sharon's here. Hello, Sharon. I'll be working on my outline of my high fantasy. Ooh. I love it. So everyone's kind of at different stages, editing, some outlining, some writing. I love it. Okay. I like jumping right in.
I'm going to go with number 3, the bluish one.
So if you're new here, you can pick either a color cat or the number 1 through 7 that you think is going to win the race, which it will be happening during this sprint. Which one did you pick, Zara?
3, bluey, whatever.
Yeah, bluey. Yeah.
I think I'm going to take 6. I think it's the black one or the gray one. I think it's the black one.
6 is the black one. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take number 6.
I'm also going with what Jesse said, 7, because the ginger cat, you know, he's a popular one, so I think I'm gonna be rooting for him, at least for this first one. All right, you guys. Well, we're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. All right, that was the end of the first sprint. That was a fast 30 minutes.
I know.
And of course, number 2 won, and no one said number 2.
Huh.
Oh,
Yeah, it was pretty fast.
yeah, it did go by fast.
I feel like that went by so quickly.
Yeah, it did. But I got to post on Instagram about the video and then responded to the YouTube comments and caught up on some emails. So I should be able to do the beta reading for the next sprint. So that'll be
good.
Yeah, that'll be good. How did you guys do?
I got at least 2.5 chapters done, rewritten. So that's
I'm
pretty
sorry. That was
What?
Yes.
Beast mode.
I'm excited. I was like chugging along there.
How many
I
chapters?
got like, a scene
Half a
done, or maybe even a chapter. You're like, I got 2.5 chapters done, rewritten, and I'm like,
Yes. I got my chapter 4, my chapter 5 done.
Oh wow!
But I'm rewriting, so.
How many chapters do you have?
So far I've got. As soon as the bell rung, I was ending my 5th chapter, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm just on chapter 5. Yeah.
Nice.
I was updating the publisher website because I thought, oh, I can add Kelly's animated book trailer to her page, like as a certain way on the Wix page.
Oh.
And it wasn't working. So I spent half the sprint fighting with that. And then I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to add it to the website a different way. And that worked. It's like not the way I had hoped, but I don't know what it was. Because in the editor, it showed it was fine. And then when I would actually look at the published website, it wasn't working. I was like, screw it.
Oh.
It's there. People can see the trailer. It's not in the format that I'd been hoping. Like, I wanted it to be a whole banner.
Yeah.
Like on Wix sites, and it just wasn't cooperating. So I don't know. It's not enough of a problem for me to dedicate future sprints of the stream to it, but I might spend more time researching it, like not.
I just pulled it up right now, and it looks great. So yeah, you got it to go. Well, Regina popped in, and a woman with a PhD should know how to calculate time differences. Mine was not in math. You're hilarious.
I mean, at one level, I'm like, yeah. The other part of me is, but that's not what your PhD was in. So
we know it wasn't math because Regina said 450. Oh wait, 560.
Yeah.
Which is really good, especially because you hopped in later. So
I mean, I will say I recently had a number thing be really off because one of the books Inimitable is publishing is a flash fiction prompt book from Chanter Arthur and Natalie Locke. And, I know the number of prompts they have. I know the number of optional words they have, and you have to select 10 of each. And I was like, and then I know the number of challenges they have. So I was like, okay, I know the math formulas that should go into this, but I didn't know how to apply them a certain way. Because I was like, so I was telling Natalie and Chandra, I was like, it's either this or this. And I can't remember why. And they're like, oh, and because it was a big enough difference that it's not like, oh, you made a typo. It's like you did math weirdly. So then Natalie was like, oh, I know someone who's like has a math PhD or something. Do you want me to ask him? And I was like, yes. And then he came back and still hadn't applied everything correctly. But once he had done it, I was like, oh, I know what I messed up. And I was way short on the number.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I was going to my mom's house on Friday, and I looked at the time, and then I Google mapped so I could, even though I know how to get there, but I wanted to give her an ETA. So I was like, oh, I'll be there on 3:30, 30, 40, and then I got there at like 3:10, and I was like, did I just like math wrong, or did I get here really quick? I was like, I think it was both. I flew there, and I think like I did the math wrong because I was way off. Let's see. Sharon got about 400 words. Yay! That's awesome. And Jessie said, I completed 6 pages of writing my lesson plan onto Notion for college. Ooh, we love Notion.
Ooh.
Good.
Oh, I've got my Notion right now. Oh, it kicked me out. I gotta log back in. It's so
I
funny.
hate that Notion kicks you off sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, okay, here's what I had done wrong. Initially, I thought it was 405 sextillion combinations, unique combinations to do the stories.
Oh.
And it's 2 octillion. I missed the multiplier.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you know, we're better with
words. It wasn't great.
we're better with our words. Vanessa came in. Hey, Vanessa. I was gonna almost said, hey, T. Oh, wait.
Hey, Vanessa.
And Janine popped in. Dinner done. Hope you had a good dinner. T and I were stuffing our faces before the stream.
Yeah.
I was eating leftovers from last night.
Oh, good. You were eating. Yay!
Well, a very late lunch, but now I'm really hungry.
No,
and but I'm still hungry.
Sometimes that happens. Yeah, I'm waiting for Chris to come home because I told him to get like the big bag of like the veggie straws from Costco because I've just been like craving chips and just like. So I'm just like, I just need something that I can just like munch on and snack on and will give me like comfort. So
you know what? I respect that.
Yeah, it's a vibe. Ooh, good question. Janine asked, and it's for the chat too, so everyone can chime in. When do you consider the start of spooky season? So I've seen there were some people in my neighborhood who had their Halloween decorations up, but it was probably like the very earliest was like the second week of September, which I feel like is acceptable. It's officially
I feel like that's restraint for people. Like for people who do it early, that's restraint.
Yeah, right. So I feel like okay, like early September, like I'm not thinking about it yet because I'm still trying to hold on to summer. But like I think mid-September is like, okay, you're definitely safe and no one can judge you.
Oh no, someone's still gonna judge you.
Judge you, yeah.
What you do.
Yeah, most definitely.
I'm not one of those people. I'm not saying that I'm one of those people who will judge you. I'll just be like, oh, if anything, I'll be like, oh wow, you kind of held yourself back.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I feel like it was the end of August, or I feel like it was the end of August is when I saw like Halloween candy in the stores. It may have been early September, but I just remember it throwing me off. Like, wait, people are thinking about this now?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like whenever I go by what's in the stores, it throws me off even more than what people are doing themselves. Like when I see people on social media, I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. But if I walk into a store in August and I see it, I'm like, this is no.
Sharon says all year is spooky season. I love that.
Oh, that's cool.
Vanessa says now.
That's cool.
Regina says October 1st, but if the stores are putting stuff out, I say go for it.
I'm with her. I'm like October 1st is when I really start thinking about spooky stuff.
Well, so in my vlog / yesterday, because that's when I filmed it, I had my I wore my orange shirt with ghosts and it said books, like boo.
That's really cute.
And so like, and I was thinking about it, and then I have another one that I wore on Friday that's like pumpkin spice is my favorite season, because I'm like, I feel weird wearing this like throughout the whole year. So I'm like, I have a very limited window of time that this is acceptable to wear. So I'm like I was trying to sneak it in before
I think
October.
September through November, you're cool. I think if you tried to wear it in December, people would be like, isn't it peppermint now? Like, me personally, if we say spooky season as in like Halloween vibes, then I say October 1st. If we're talking about like fall vibes and things can be spooky, but it's not specifically Halloweeny, then I'm like, September 1st is when I want it to start feeling fall, and I want to be able to wear my sweaters and not be like, it's cold right now, but it's going to be too hot to wear a sweater later, and you're just
Yeah, and then I think like the weather dictates it too, because in like Chicagoland, it was getting down to like the high 60s, but now it's like been like this week it's gonna pretty much stay in like the mid to low 70s. So I'm just like, it's still trying to hang on. So then that also makes me feel like it's not quite fall. I mean, spooky season, because it's like, oh, it's warm. Like I'm sweating if I'm walking outside.
Last week, I went to meet someone for lunch, and I was looking at the weather, and it said 76 or something. And like, I know that if it's chilly, that can be chilly, but the weather made it look like it wasn't going to be. So I dressed as if it was going to be a warm 76, and instead it was a very like fall chilly 76. And I'm like, I don't like one over the other. I am upset that I'm unprepared.
Yes. I like that you brought that up, because like that's a good point. Like there's like a warm 76 and then there's like cool, like
chilly.
I was just like, I checked, you know why? It's not even, because there are times when you look at the number and you don't think about to look at like the other details in the weather app, where you just like text someone and they just tell you the number and they don't bother to give you any other details. No, I looked and I was misled.
They lied to you through the weather app. Now July, okay, that's pushing it, I think.
Wait, who said July?
Vanessa said some stores are putting out stuff since July. I love it. A little at a time. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But now is when I'm like, I've started, like this month, I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy this for this person and I can use it as a Christmas present. So now I'm starting to like collect things for Christmas.
But like buying gifts for people that you plan to give during a holiday season, I don't think that has...
that's not bad. Yeah.
That is okay.
Like, well, no, I came across a really good gift that I planned to give in the holidays. That's different.
That's true. And some people give it like, some people collect gifts like all year long for Christmas. So I used to do
so much anxiety.
I used to do that, and then
I'm going to lose it, I'm going to damage it, or I'm going to spill the beans on what it is by the time.
Well, it would be after Christmas for me, and then I would like be going through my drawer and find something. I'm like, oh, that was supposed to be a Christmas present, and now I have to wait until next year, which I probably will forget about again. So, it's not, I was like, okay, I need to like not buy stuff like unless I have like a designated drawer that's like the Christmas drawer or something like that.
But even then, out of sight, out of mind is a dangerous game to play.
Yes, it is.
The Christmas drawer. But are you going to remember that stuff is in the Christmas
drawer? Yes, focusing on decorations, not candy. That's good. It's good that you gave up sugar. That's tough for me. Oh my gosh.
Regina's saying maybe we should write short Halloween stories for our Ko-fi pages.
Oh,
I love that.
That's fun. Well, the short story that I wrote for Vanessa's short story collection was based around Valentine's Day, so I can keep up the holiday theme.
Yeah, just anytime there's a holiday that rolls around that you want to write something for.
Yeah, right. Okay, so good. People are voting for cats. All right.
Regina's sticking with Bluey. I'm gonna stick with the number 3, but it is now Zuko.
Oh.
And I'm gonna stick with the tan one since he won. I'm gonna say what number 1? Mr.
I'm gonna take number 2.
Tawny Taupe. Oh yeah, and Janine, aren't you in Florida? Because you said it's warm here. It's always warm here.
She said tropics.
Oh, the tropics. Okay.
Ooh.
That's awesome. All right. Well, we'll try to stay either warm or cold, whichever one you prefer, as we go into the next sprint. We'll start the second sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. All right, that's the end of the second sprint. Where is this? Did no one win again? Oh,
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
these cats are
I was
eluding us.
trolling. I was like, I don't think anyone picked 6.
These cats are
No.
eluding us today. Yup. You know, it's all right. It's all right. Even though my cat's right here. Zuko. Yeah, Zuko. So cute. You're my buddy. Oh, it's cute because usually he's just like facing me or it's his butt or something. They can see you.
The eyes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
and Oliver's by the window.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see.
Oh yeah, I got my boys here. Okay.
He looks like Salem. I'm not like I always think of, I know he's Zuko and I always think of that, but there was just a moment where I was like, reminded me of Salem from
Yes. So I got halfway through the short story, so that's good. I'm enjoying it. It's like 13 pages, so I'll hopefully try to finish it for the next one, the next sprint. So, how'd you do, T?
Let's see. I got chapter 6 then.
Nice.
Only one chapter this time.
slacking.
And that's because I had that. That's because I had to add a little bit more to my chapter 5 because I forgot some stuff.
Mhm.
And then I went into my chapter 6, but then I did get my chapter 6 done. So I rewrote the whole opening image of this thriller. So
Wow.
I have to like yeah.
That's tough. Are you like good with
Yes.
developmental edits? Like, is that something that comes easily for you?
No. Well, I wouldn't say that. Like plot holes and stuff like that, I like noticed stuff that was like, oh, I'm gonna have to redo this whole beginning because this is not right. Because I was looking at the Save the Cat for the young adults, and I was trying to go the first, my 5th draft. Yeah, that. Yes. I got done with the 5th draft and I went through it with the Save the Cat book and I was like, okay, yeah, I need to redo the whole opening image. It's not right. So I had to start. So since I'm doing rewrites now, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to redo the whole opening image and then I can finish editing and revising the actual first draft that I have. It was like I was missing a whole beginning part so people would know what the heck is going on with this. I was like, they're not going to know why this happened if you don't kind of introduce the stuff.
you gotta drop them into the middle of the action, but not too much.
Yeah, not too far. I was like, okay, that's just too far into the action, so I got to fix the first part and then they'll understand.
What I do in my stories is I drop them into action, but it's normally not. If it's not the inciting incident itself, it's like it's almost right before it. So like there's still something happening which draws the attention, but then the actual inciting incident potentially happens like the next chapter, and in that gap you get enough information where it's like, okay, here's the context for the inciting incident now messing up the
normal. Yes. So I had to fix all that at the beginning because I was like, oh, you got to put the incident in there and get it going and so that they know what's happening later on in the stuff. So I was like, okay.
For a really long time to me, though, the inciting incident was the opening because like I had grown up watching NCIS. So like to start with, you found the dead body, and I'm like, so that's it.
That's it.
That's so true.
That makes so much sense. Like, that only works because it's a crime a week.
Yes.
No, trying to sustain the whole story for like a whole novel, and I'm like, so
yeah,
learned.
It gets trying sometimes.
I feel like it works for some stories to have the inciting incident right away. Like I specifically think of like Nixia, when like the main character, like he gets chosen to go onto the ship without like however many other kids or something. But there's other ones where I'm just like, wait, I need to know a little bit more about this person. You're throwing me into it and I can't relate. So I feel like it's kind of dependent, like story to story.
So
Right.
for the books in my first trilogy, there's all like action, and it is a catalyst of some sort, but it's not the inciting incident. Whereas Obscure Origin, the first book in my sci-fi trilogy, which is like you have to read through, whereas the others they were linked but standalone. This was no, the opening is the inciting incident, but it's being kidnapped by aliens, and she actually like fights back almost successfully. So like that's interesting enough.
Oh yeah, see that would get me going.
Yeah,
You're like, you know what? This
Yeah.
is by aliens, and it doesn't go the way that the aliens planned or the way that the human wanted it to go. So
Yeah.
that sounds great. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and see that I can jump into. Like if that's at the beginning and that's how it starts off, then I can be all in for that because all the action, especially if she's getting kidnapped, that's just the whole. That'll get you going.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But speaking of NCIS, my mom told me that David McCallum died, who was the star of The Man from U.N.C.L.E., and then also was Ducky, like Dr. Mallard in NCIS. And she's like, "Did you know?" And I was like, "Now I
Whoa,
do."
I did not know that.
I've never seen it. I don't
Oh.
know who that is.
So Regina has compared my spy thriller to The Man from U.N.C.L.E., so now I like really need to watch it.
Aw.
But I loved NCIS growing up, and it's like find out that this like character who I love so much, he actually left the show maybe 2 or 3 years ago. He was like maybe the second to last or the last of like the original cast to have kind of left it. There's one character who was in it from season 1 who's still there, but like everyone else has kind of moved on, and it's just like, no. I had a feeling. I wasn't sure why. I thought like, oh, is him leaving because he's getting older and like he doesn't know how much more time he's gonna have? And then it's like, it still might have been 2 or 3 years after he left the show, but it's still finding out that it's like, wasn't that far off?
Right.
Is it like the regular NCIS?
Yeah, the DC one, the original NCIS, Ducky. The one who would go on tangents all the time.
I haven't seen it in a long time, so I'm trying to remember the characters.
You gotta look him up.
He was the medical examiner.
He died?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Today, apparently. He died. He was 90 years old, died of natural causes, and surrounded by family at the hospital.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to depress everyone.
Man.
Well, I'm glad it was peaceful and like, yeah.
Yeah, at least it was,
family. Yeah.
Let me pull up an image of Ducky.
I'm trying to remember. That is so sad.
Yeah. 90, wow.
That's him as Dr. Mallard from NCIS.
That's okay. So it was who I thought it was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's him.
Ducky, that's a cute little nickname.
Because his character name is Mallard, Dr. Mallard.
Dr. Mallard.
Clever.
He's like, oh, you can call me Ducky.
Oh.
I haven't seen the regular one in a long time. I always looked at the New Orleans, the NCIS New Orleans. That was my favorite one.
Nice.
Because I really like Scott Bakula.
I watched, I think, the first episode of that just to see how it was, and I've also watched I watched the crossover episodes between the DC and the LA.
Yeah. So I like the crossovers. I like when they do crossovers.
I like the original team the best. I couldn't. Original team as in DC. I loved Zevo after Kate, so it's not like, oh, I only like season 1. That's not what I was saying.
Yeah.
Well, how'd you do that sprint, Zara?
Well, I found out about that.
Oh, and then it ruined it everything.
But then I also did other things and other completely. It was admin stuff. I don't remember what it was.
No, totally fine.
But this is him as Ilya Kuryavin in The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Oh.
Yep.
Younger there.
Cool.
And it's blurry in the way me trying to hold it up to the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember what else I did. I was also watching. Kate is doing the AuthorTube chat tonight, so I was watching them talk about how crazy Gone Girl is.
Oh, I still need to read that and then watch that. So
you haven't seen Gone Girl?
No, because I wanted to read it and then I haven't read it. Yeah, I know.
I know. I read the book. I read it first too before I saw it too. So.
Yeah.
Well, so Kate was saying that she had actually, there's like a very well-known monologue in the book / the movie, and Jess was asking her like, oh, what do you think of it? She's like, well, actually, I first saw it on social media because everyone was quoting it before she had read the book.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I see. When authors adapt their own novels. Wait, what?
Yeah, Gillian Flynn. I don't know how to pronounce it. She did the screenplay as well as.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now I think they're just talking about their own writing. Because I'm pretty right when the timer went off, they had started talking about their own stuff, but it could be going back and forth. I don't know.
Well, looks like Sharon got 316 words.
Oh, nice. Good job.
Janine's working on the newsletter for the weekend. Awesome. Yeah, that made me realize I want to come out with a newsletter on October 1st, which is Sunday. So I'm like, oh. It's also Zuko's 9th birthday, so 9. That's his placeholder date. Everyone's is always the 1st. Oliver's is, it was like, oh, he's about this old. Okay, it's March 1st. Zuko's about 2 months old. Okay, October 1st. So it just makes it easy. Jennifer asks, should you make a placeholder cover when you're marketing your book and the real cover isn't finished yet? I say you can if you want to, because I like making the mock covers for NaNoWriMo when I'm drafting, and then you can use Canva or BookBrush to kind of as inspo. I think you can go for it.
I mean, we also made mock covers.
Yeah, I was like, I literally did.
For your title.
Yeah, we both did. That was very similar. I think it's fun. It makes it feel more real and kind of acts as a motivator because you're just something you can see. 1,050 words.
You go, Regina.
Now I have to edit my dictation. LOL. That's still really good for dictation.
Good job.
Yeah, that's awesome. Janine said, my incident sort of happens in 2 parts. First one is chapter 1. Second is a few chapters later. Oh, so kind of like a pre-inciting incident. Jessie wrote another 2 pages for her lesson plan. That's awesome.
Good job.
What's the topic of the lesson plan?
Yes.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'm just interested.
Yeah. Are you a teacher? I'm assuming, or something. Hello, Maya.
We're studying to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Oh, yeah. You looked him up. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about the question of should you have a mock-up before it's done. We've both made mock-ups for your cover.
Yeah.
I didn't make a mock-up for the Legionnaire or Down the Well. Yeah, no, I think yours, of all the books that Inimitable was publishing, like the first 6 titles, I didn't make a mock-up of any of them except this one.
Except
Yay,
yours.
so
Because
special.
I knew that we wanted a diamond.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was just always like that's when I did my mock, it was a diamond.
Yeah. And then I'm also thinking though that by the time I needed to like make certain sales materials for things, I think I needed to show something.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, because I think it
what I
depends.
what I wound up doing with Jessie's was just her title, like in white on black.
Mm-hmm.
A black background. So like to me that's not a mock cover, but to some people they might call it that. But like with something that's more than just text and a background, yours is the only one that I did a mock cover for. Until another one that I've done, which is shit, and I will not be sharing it.
The one I did of Project Diamond, like when it was Project Diamond, when I was first going on BookBrush, and I was like, they like showed me how to do it, so I was like, oh, let's make one for Project, and it ended up like looking like a romance because I was like, oh, this girl looks like Cadence, but then like
Yeah,
she was in like a field, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a young adult fantasy, and it looks like a romance, like contemporary romance. So I was like, clearly I'm not good at this.
But you wouldn't want to make the mock cover though until you know that that's the title that you're going with, right?
That's true. Yeah, so I was gonna
yeah,
say, I think it depends too, like where you are in the marketing. So you're saying like marketing the book before what was it exactly?
Yeah, what did she say?
Yeah, should you make a placeholder cover when you're marketing your book and the real cover isn't finished yet? So I think it depends when, because if I'm marketing my book before the book is out, I'm probably just sharing like character aesthetics and like work in progress, like maybe like a laptop or like notes and books I'm using, some like, or being like, oh yeah, these are the tropes I'm at, like kind of talking more about it and using other things versus like the mock cover. But maybe as you're getting closer to it and you kind of need that placeholder, like Zara said,
Mm-hmm.
then having something. Yeah.
but even then, I think if you're self-publishing, you could probably get away with not having a period where you use it mock cover. You could just keep using the mood boards, the other social media things, graphics and trends and videos or whatever to carry you through until your cover is ready, and then you have your cover revealed and you use that going forward. And also the other stuff is, so it's like, I don't know, with traditional publishing, if your cover isn't ready, but you have a sales meeting at a certain date where they don't we don't have a cover for this, but here's everything else. They're like, no, we need a cover for this so we can like get the genre from first glance. And I'm like, you're just selling books to other people. Like, I'm not doing work for you. I hope you understand that I know what genre this book I'm publishing goes into. And they're like, yeah, well, we still need a cover. And I'm like,
oh my gosh. Oh, why?
So,
Because like, what if you do like a placeholder thing and you have one title, but then you like change it before you actually finish the book and the actual book cover.
I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but if you can avoid it.
Yeah, but then it could confuse people if they're like going back through
Yeah.
feed or if you were saving it to like your highlight reel or something. So I could see that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Jessie is a college student working on credentials to become a youth pastor. Nice. Studying introductions to hermeneutics. I've never heard of
how
that
to interpret the Bible.
Wow. You learn something new every day. Thanks for sharing. Oh, the branch of knowledge that deals with interpretation, especially of the Bible or literary texts. Cool. A dress up Instagram party? That sounds fun.
I'm sorry, what? That sounds awesome.
And
I'm the first with the
yeah, I've seen yours, Jeannie, and I think that's good. The like Spark and Blizzard Volume 1, you know.
I mean, if you're self-publishing, you can say the series title, but like even for traditional publishing, we went back on series names for a bit.
Showing off science fantasy that isn't just spaceships and aliens. Yes. Tell people those exist. Hey, those exist in the world.
Yep.
Oh,
bless you.
Alice here. Hey, Al.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm late, very late. No worries. You came just in time for the third and final sprint. So you still got 30 minutes of productivity. There are 30 cats here, so please choose a number 1 through 30 or a color. There's a light blue one that I like that's in the early first half, so I'm going to find out what color that or what number that is as it goes, but yeah, the light blue.
Oh. Which one is the...
That one might be 12.
I don't know. Is that like a fuchsia color one?
Yeah, there is like
There is one, yeah. I want the
like
dark purple, which is like close-ish to the front.
Yeah, there's like a lighter purple fuchsia.
Yeah,
like looks like number 18 or something.
It looks like number 18. I'll take 18.
Jennifer wants one if it's purple too.
I think the one I'm picking is number 6 or 7. I can't fully tell.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yay. All right. Well, we'll start this final sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. All right, that was the final sprint. 18. Let's see. We had
I-
17.
Some Virginia said 17, Janine said 22, Maya said 21.
I picked 18, the darker one.
Oh, you did? You picked
You did
18?
pick
Yes.
18.
Oh,
Yes.
We
Yeah, the
finally have
fuchsia.
a winner.
Yay! I finally won.
Woo, you won the 30. Yes.
Well,
Finally.
Vanessa said pink one in the chat, so I don't know if she meant 18 or if she meant like 23
Ooh, yeah. Which one, Vanessa?
back there.
Nia popped in. Hey, Nia. Oh, that's so fun. Yay. Well, and then like my because I have like a dual monitor and like the colors look slightly different on my second monitor.
I know. That's why I always look at it on my main monitor.
Because I was like, oh, this one looks like it's like, yeah, like that lighter purple one. It looked fuchsia on here, but then when I looked on this one, it looked more like lilac, like a really light purple. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's why I try and do it by number, but I'll say like when they're all stacked before they've moved it all, that's when I'll be like, oh, this is the number I'm going for, and I think it's whatever, so that people can like kind of look at it like purple. It's like closer to it's not the one all the way in the back, and then once they spread out, I try and go into the chat and be like, okay, this is the number I was picking, so that I'm completely honest.
Nice.
Yay.
Well, Sharon got 562 words. So
good job.
Like a NaNoWriMo level of words this sprint, didn't you?
Yeah.
This live stream. Oh, I'm sorry, your head's hurting. Yeah, taking it easy is good. You got to like listen to your body. So I hope you feel better. And Jessie wrote 3 more pages towards the lesson plan. Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't get to finish the I didn't finish the short story, but I will after this because Chris came home with the groceries, so I ate some of the veggie straws. I was like, they're here. And then we were talking for a bit. So yeah, but I still got to do a couple more pages. So I'm almost done. And I'm enjoying the short story. Yeah.
Good. This time I read our book club book.
Yes.
I'm like right here. I still got a lot to go.
Oh, you're like in the middle.
I'm like right in the middle.
Look, as long as it gets read in time, on time, in time, that's what matters. Me,
way
however,
ahead of you.
Yeah.
will probably not be doing that because I'm getting my flu and COVID shots tomorrow, and I think I'm just gonna be like so tired.
Oh, yep.
And I need to like make sure I can still get all the other stuff done, and just sitting down and reading something that isn't normally falls like to the bottom of the list.
I'm so glad you reminded me because they have flu shots every Tuesday at work now, and everyone last week was like, no, we'll do it this Tuesday, so I'm gonna get mine tomorrow. But is the COVID booster, is that the new one? Is that available?
It's a new one, and okay. I was actually
because that's why I was waiting.
I was supposed to have it last week, 2 weeks ago, I can't remember, and I made an appointment at CVS and fine, whatever, and then all of a sudden, like the day before, they're like, oh, by the way, we don't have it, we canceled your appointment. And my mom and I were like, okay, so now we're going to Walgreens, and like we haven't gotten a message saying to not show up, so we're hoping. Either way, I'm getting a flu shot tomorrow, which does make me tired. I'm someone who's like very sensitive to vaccines, and always, better than not having it for me, but I still always get like a little bit sick after. My body's first defense against anything is like, go sleep, it'll feel better. And a nap can't fix everything.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, I've tried.
That's why I was worried too, because I like last week I was like, oh, like if I do get sick from it or something, like I'm not ready, like mentally prepared to like maybe not feel well. So
I mean, that makes sense.
oh,
That
but we'll
absolutely
see.
is valid.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it goes well and your body will cooperate.
Yeah, I'll probably post on social media and be like, I got it. Or I'll like be on my personal one. I'll be like, guess who didn't get both shots?
I did last year. I got the COVID booster and my flu shot, and it was nice. I was like, oh, I just like catch 2 birds with 1 net. Like
I
get it
did
done
that
in a night.
last year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. My arms were so sore. And I was so tired last year. And that's why this year my mom was like, are you sure you want to do both at the same time? And I was like, yes, I'd rather like budget for a week of being tired than like 2 weeks of being tired.
Weeks of being tired, yeah.
Exactly.
And then my mom heard that argument and was like, you know what? I agree with you. So she's also nice.
Al's got a crazy headache. I hope your headache goes away. But you wrote 116, which is still good. So
do we think like the crazy headache is because of like all the other stuff?
I wonder.
Barometric pressure or something.
Yeah. Musical Maggie, hi. Putting away the laundry. Nice. I did my laundry yesterday. And we reminded you to schedule your vaccines. Yay. Janine asked what we think of House of Miriam so far. I am barely in it. So I cannot say. I literally have not gotten far enough to have an opinion.
There's several intense moments.
I know.
It's kind of tricky. I have so many questions though.
Oh my gosh.
That I'm thinking, what if this, or what if this happened? What if that happened? So it's kind of keeping me on my toes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know the title is House of Marion, but I see it and I always think marionette, and I'm always like a little bit like, is that going to come into play? Because those freak me out.
Oh gosh.
No, not in this one.
Cool.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
That would be really cool.
No.
Isn't there an author, Katie
Wismore is her marionette.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like,
it's a really, yeah.
Marionettes?
Yeah, the first book is called The Marionettes, and it's vampires and Wendigo and it's and witches. It has witches in it.
Ooh.
It's like vampire and witch world, but the vampires rule and the witches are servant to the vampires, and it's really good.
Ooh,
I met Katie, and I need to still read her book.
Oh yes. I actually have all her books. The only one I'm waiting for to get here is the last book in the Marionette series, because I took part in her Kickstarter. So I'm waiting for the last book, and I just recently finished the 3rd book. So, but yeah, I have like all her books. I really like her writing.
Oh, nice.
I think she's
the covers are beautiful,
and her covers are. This was the last one, The Bloodless Ties.
Oh, nice. You have it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really good.
The Marionette's over.
She has
It's over on my bookshelf.
Oh, she has trigger warning. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
On her website, she has trigger warnings by series.
Yes.
By book.
Yeah.
Oh.
But her books are really good.
That I should do that for my books. Have it up on my website too. It's actually a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that I do put it right at the start of like the books. I'm hoping that when I'm gonna look on Amazon and see what they do for the Legionnaire look inside. Mm-hmm. I want to see if they somehow skip it. If they do, then definitely add it to your website. If not, that'd be nice.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Let's see.
Cool. Now I'm like looking at books
book covers.
Yes. Oh, Okay.
Wait, why is it not showing a look inside?
Oh.
Simon & Schuster, when you fed it to Amazon, did you not enable that?
So I'm wondering if if JL is this gonna be a series? Is she gonna do all the houses that's involved in this? Because it's like different houses.
Oh, that's a really good question.
Okay,
I think she wrote about finishing the second book on Instagram.
Yeah, I hope she does all the houses because the Dragons. I wanna read about their house
Oh, cool.
because they are.
JL.
okay, her website has some formatting issues. I will say that.
Oh, okay.
Like some
Here we go.
images cover actual text on the page, so I can't.
Oh yeah, book 2, House of Marianne, book 2 exists. Yeah, she
Okay.
finished it 3 days ago.
Oh,
3
Yeah.
days
Wow.
ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
So don't know if there's going to be more, but there's at least 2.
Yeah, because there's like different houses in this. I think it's like 4 different houses.
Ooh.
And these tests that they have them doing in here, they need to give these girls some leniency because it's just ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my cue to read more tonight.
Yes. I'm kind of worried for the main girl.
Talking about Kickstarter, do you think releasing the first 3 books in the series on Kickstarter before the first book goes wide is a good idea?
No.
No,
Because people buy it through there, they're not going to buy it on a retailer where ranking
yeah,
characters, which means you're not going to be you're not going to get put into their algorithm.
right.
That it then decides oh, it's making sales, so we're going to keep pushing it out.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
I know some people do their first book on Kickstarter, but the rest of the books they don't. Or if they've got like several books out and they're doing like special edition stuff, they'll do that last book on Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't do a whole series on Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't
Because
do
like you said,
one book in a series on a Kickstarter, whether it was, if you want to do the first, fine. If you want to do the last, fine. I would say I think it makes more sense to do a last book of a series on Kickstarter.
yeah.
Have
Mm-hmm.
an audience who'd be willing to support you by then.
Mm-hmm.
But if you pick the first or the last, don't do both, and don't do ones in the middle.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and it is going to be a trilogy. Okay.
Well, it's planned to be a trilogy.
Planned. We'll see. Oh, I just shaved my head. Maybe that's why I'm cold. That's what I realized, because there's been times where I'll shower and then I just let my hair air dry and I'm like, oh my gosh.
That was me. That was me at the start of the stream. My hair was still wet from 3 hours before we started. And I was just because I normally let my hair air dry just because I'm too impatient to even dry my hair. Mm-hmm. And then if I dry my hair, my arms are tired and it takes forever as well.
Yes.
So I normally just let it air dry, and I was sitting here and I was like, I'm cold.
Yeah, I realized that's what happens with me. And so I'm like, okay, I need to wear a hoodie while my hair is drying or something.
Hey Holly, have you noticed your House of Marianne? Where did you get it at? Did you get it on Amazon or Barnes and Noble?
I got it on Amazon. Mm-hmm.
Amazon. Okay, have you noticed the front cover part, right at the beginning where her also buy? Is yours splitting?
Oh. Also buy.
On the also bought page where the title is yours splitting?
No, it's not. Is yours splitting?
Yes, mine is split. It's coming apart.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if she knows that her books are doing that, but
I went to Barnes and Noble to still try and see if any of Inimitable Books titles have a look inside, and they're promoting The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. Did she finish the 9th House Hellbent series? Was that a duology and it's done?
I thought it was a duology.
Oh.
Okay, so this is like so this is just a completely new series, and she's done with all her previous series.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, that was interesting. Sorry.
No,
Completely I just saw it and I was like, this is very obviously not the same series of any of the previous stuff before. However,
interesting.
I should send this back and have them give me another copy.
I would. I'd be like, it's coming
Because
apart.
it's like falling apart.
That's what I did with a book that, like, sometimes I'm okay, but I was like, oh, it was like creased a little bit, or like, and I was like, no, like I need this book pristine because it was like one of my favorite books last year, the Skyborn trilogy. So I was just like, no, I need these to be in pristine condition. I am returning it because it is damaged. And like other books, I'd maybe be like, oh, it's okay, but this one I was like, no.
I just don't want to send it back and then they don't give me the one with the outer foil on it.
Right.
Because this was like the pre-order one.
Right.
I would write to them like with an email or something.
I just got the
like
other
with
world.
The report an error with your order or something, and then when they ask for details, like explain the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The cover is gorgeous, and that's why I got the other world, because it had this cover.
Ooh.
This too, and then the back. Oh, Zuko, I know. I'm gonna settle on the couch soon, but it had this, so it's like, it's so beautiful.
Oh.
I was like, I need this in my life. So it worked on me. It worked on me.
I figured out what I have to do. There to be a look inside thing. I thought I'd already done it, but apparently what I had uploaded was an internal system and wasn't the retailer, so now I have to do that. If you're self-publishing, this is not an issue you're going to have. If you're like, I uploaded it, so automatically it does it. But for me, there are like a million different places to upload.
Places you got.
There will be a third Alex Stern book, Ninth House. Okay. I didn't read those. Release date is far in the future. Oh.
Interesting.
Nice. Well, this has been a great sprint. Good last sprint of September. Thanks for joining us and starting this week off strong, crushing it with your word counts and all of the things, and laundry and reading. Don't forget to follow. Don't forget to follow these lovelies. They are linked down below, and make sure to pre-order a Diamond Bright and Broken and submit your receipt to get the exclusive character art that my artist should hopefully be working on right now, because I gave her sketches or I gave her the character descriptions and all that fun stuff. So, all right, you guys, thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.